and welcome to EJ Sport. My name is Guy. This is my WWE update. It is 3:30 in the morning and I've just caught up on 2 weeks worth of Raw, SmackDown and NXT. I gotta say, it's been quite a difficult thing to try and compile, so I'm covering it off in 10 points of all of it in the last 2 weeks. So we'll start at point number 1. NXT The End. It was awesome. It was brilliant. There was some phenomenal matches. There was the tag team matches between the Revival and American. Brilliant. The choreography was fantastic. Some great spots. Very, very good match. The Nakamura and Aries match was awesome. I even liked the ending. It was good. I think that there could be a lot of potential there, and the steel cage match at the end was awesome, brilliant. I think I even liked the way the cage came down. It was quite good. I am actually looking forward to the next phase of NXT, whatever that happens to be. Point 2. I've moved from NXT to Raw, or to the main rosters. I'm going to start with Board Corbin. It's still going on 2 weeks later. And it's going to be a Money in the Bank match. Why? I really don't understand why, but there you go. Money in the Bank is a good segue to point number 3. The Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championships. That's the Club versus the New Day versus the Four Villains versus Enzo and Cass. Now, I actually think that potentially is WWE going to be writing off the New Day and bringing some heat onto the Club. I don't know. I'll go more into that with my prediction videos, but I have seen the build up and it's been a bit like the Money in the Bank match, which I'll get into later, but it has been sort of, you know, facing off each other and coming out and running people over. It's been quite interesting, and I am looking forward to the match. And sticking with Money in the Bank will bring us to the next point number 4. Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. Now, actually, I'm really pleased. Apollo Crews is finally getting some character. Quite why the Apollo Crews Sheamus angle is going on, and to add insult to injury, it's on the pre-show. But at least there's an angle. At least there's something for both of those wrestlers to do at the moment. I get that they're just biding time. In fact, for most of these storylines, it's just wasting time until the Raw and SmackDown rosters are put into the draft. Sticking with Money in the Bank, I will go to point 5. Point 5. Natalia and Becky Lynch versus Charlotte and Dana Brooks. I called it a couple of weeks ago, I believe, in my video saying it could be a potential tag match Money in the Bank. It is. I guess again they're with the Women's Championship. They just want to hold off doing anything new or introducing Bailey, for example, until they know what's happening with the draft in July. That is moving on to point number 6. Point number 6 is AJ versus John Cena. I get it. It's good. I like the promos. It's been very interesting. I even like the contract signing. It's been very entertaining. I don't see I don't see the feud lasting very long though. It seems to have been just a one match, one pay-per-view thing. So I all in all, I actually found that the interactions have been quite good. So I'm happy with that. Moving on to point 7, Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank has been it's been a great showcase for some brilliant wrestlers, and there has been this whole, is there a seventh person going in? Is there, because it started off with a grey shadow of a seventh figure, and then they've kind of poo-pooed it, but the website kept saying there was going to be a seventh person, so not really sure what's happening with that, but doesn't mean to say there won't be a seventh member going into it, because we could have a return on the night at Money in the Bank that could interject into the match, but we'll have to see. But what I was getting a little bored of is they had all of the Money in the Bank entrants determined quite early on, and then have decided to, in every which combination and every which way, had matches between singles matches, tag matches, 6-man tag matches. It's just getting a little grating, and I'm pleased that Money in the Bank is this Sunday. So, bearing that in mind, I do think that kind of tails off into the next point, which one thing that made things a little bit interesting was it was reminded to me that whilst watching Raw recently that you of course can bank the Money in the Bank ladder match on the same night, which has been done once before. So I'm going to bring this into point 8. Point 8 is Reigns versus Rollins for the title. Now, the winner of the Money in the Bank match can actually cash it in and make it a triple threat match towards the end of the match, the beginning of the match, whoever. Or even once Reigns retains, he can then come down and then cash it in, I suppose. Because, ring's there, ref's there and everything. But that kind of begs the question is if you had the likes of Ambrose winning it, could you have a triple threat between Reigns, Rollins and Ambrose? That would be too good to be true, don't you think? On Money in the Bank, I'd love it to be that. That would be great. I think that would be awesome. However, nah. Not really happy with the Roman Reigns Rollins match. I didn't really think it needed to be done so soon. Rollins coming back, I think he should have been made to jump through hoops in order to get it, just to really separate himself from the authority and the way he used to be on, and just say, look, as much as you were the champ, you've got to earn your right. And I think they should have strung it out a little longer, but I actually don't really care if he wins it back, although I don't see it happening. But I'll cover more of that in the predictions video. So that moves me on to point number 9. Completely separate off Money in the Bank, Darren Young. I've got a question. Has Darren Young ever been fired? Because I want to change it to make Darren fired again, because I'm sick. It's just, no, I don't see the point. And the shining stars are also in that sort of, the vignettes are just annoying at the moment, so I'm not really a big fan. And lastly, point 10, the commentary. Point 10, the commentary has, over the last couple of weeks, been in places brilliant. I've got to say, the NXT announcers, Corey Graves and not sure what his name is, but they've been really good. Now, Marrow on SmackDown. I like him. He's good, but he's gone the way of Michael Cole and John Bradshaw Layfield recently, in making some really massive errors, and billing Money in the Bank as technically all this WrestleMania stuff. No, Money in the Bank is a filler pay-per-view, and it always has been. The one big attraction for Money in the Bank is that one entertaining match, with the exception of the 2011 Money in the Bank, which was just an awesome pay-per-view. Don't see that they're selling all this. It's just as good as Russell. No. I'm a bit annoyed at some of the commentators, at some of the things they've been saying that have been completely out of context and incorrect. But there you go. But that's I've covered all the points I want to cover. So I will finish that off now. If you could just, if you agree with me, disagree with me, let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can follow me on Twitter on at EJ Sports. And thanks for watching.